Hello, everyone. It is me, Danielle Jane Mitchell, your up and coming queen of real estate, and I'm here for another episode of Tuesday Tip at 2. Hey everybody, hey everyone, it is me, Danielle Jane Mitchell, queen of real estate social media extraordinaire, and I'm here for today's and this week's Tuesday Tip at 2. Listen, I'm here to talk about what's going on in the housing market, okay? I want to give you some stats and let you know that the numbers are up, which is fantastic. And it's good news for what the spring market is going to look like as far as you buying a house, what the inventory is looking like, and for you seller who's contemplating selling your property, are you going to get the best bang for your buck? I'm here to let you know that most likely you will. Before I get into that, I need to let you guys know that I'm a PA licensed realtor and I service the Philadelphia area and surrounding suburbs, which include but are not limited to Montgomery County, Delaware County, Chester County, Bucks County, wherever you are looking to buy or sell. Listen, thank you to all my new subscribers and my returning subscribers. Be sure, if you have not already, to hit the all notifications bell because I want to continue to grow. And so please be sure to like, share, comment, tag somebody, let a friend know, do all the things because, listen, again, it helps. It helps. Every little bit helps. So I appreciate it. I have a major, huge thing rolling out on Monday on May 1st that I'm excited to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but stay tuned to what you will see because it's going to be something amazing, something fun, and you may have some use for it or somebody you know may have use for it as well. And of course, if you are interested in buying and or selling at this time, you can go to book.djmrealtyco.com. Again, that is book.djmrealtyco.com. I made some changes on there and some updates. You'll see listing consultation, so that's whether you are trying to list your home to sell it or rent it, as well as buyer consultation, as well as investor consultations, and even if you just have some real estate questions in general, I even have a slot for you as well, where you're not sure what you want to do or you just need to talk some things out. I do have a slot where you can, it's called my real estate powwow. You can click on there and we'll have a conversation where I'll answer some of your questions. Now, we are continuing in the series of housing trends. We're still continuing that series of housing trends. And one of the housing trends is that the housing is trending. It is trending by the number, by the inventory, and even, of course, yet again, and continue by the interest rate. So as of today, interest rates are looking at about 6.5%, 6.5%, give or take. For some, it's 6.3, depending on the loan product and everything like that. But you're landing in around that range. Whereas before, I believe the last time I talked about it, we were a lot closer to that 7% interest rate. We're at 7%, a little bit over 7%. So interest rates as of right now have dropped, which sends relief. And if you have watched some of my other forecasts, we know that even if interest rates are going down by 0.5%, by 0.75%, that can save you a couple dollars, right? And can give you, some wiggle room, some extra groceries, or at least some wiggle room for your pre-approval amount when interest rates drop, right? So it helps to make you a bit more competitive in this market. And speaking of this market, let's talk about what is going on in the different counties. Now, like I said before, I service mainly Philadelphia, Montgomery County, Delaware County. So those are the counties that we're going to talk through right now. As far as what's happening. Let's get the housing market update, see what's going on, see how we are trending as of lately right now. So our first stop on this housing market trend tour and see what's going on is Montgomery County. Let's check out what's going on in Montgomery County. Now, as of lately, at least since January, we are trending up, right? So now Montgomery County is huge. I talked about this before, the areas that it covers. So Montgomery County as a whole is a lot, right? So of course you see that average list price is quite high, but depending on what area you're trying to focus in on, I service a lot of Lower Marion Township, Haverford Township, things of that nature, and you'll see that the list price for those areas can be usually around $500,000. Okay, but as a whole, Montgomery County includes a lot. So when we're talking about days on the market, this has gone down by 24%, which is fantastic. Now, before when I talked about this, it was averaging maybe 30 days on the market or so, but you see here is averaging about 26. Now, in those areas that are highly sought after, which one of them is Longmere Township, Haverford Township, different townships in the area. And if it's a great house that's priced right, you'll actually see that the average days drops even more. You want that to drop, right? So that means it's spending less time on the market. So that means it's a bit more competition out there. And as I've said before, in many areas and pockets in Montgomery County that are highly sought after, where people are still trying to move to, the competitiveness is still a seller's market to medium. So it's either seller's market fully and completely, or it's more of a balanced market. So it really just depends on where you're specifically trying to go and what area. Now, you also see here that the number of properties for sale is up by 27%. So what does that mean? That means there's more inventory, which is exactly what we want. You also see here that month supply, how many months of supply of inventory do we have? We have on average about almost 3 months supply of inventory. Okay. So that's really just determining the ratio of inventory versus potential buyers that we have on the market right now is such about we're 3 months supply, almost 3 months supply out of inventory on the market. And that is up by 65%. 65%. So that is huge. So things are definitely looking a bit more up. That's where we want it to be. I know a lot of people been like, oh my goodness, interest rate this and interest rate that, and who's going to be able to afford, and how are we going to be able to do this? Well, people are out here still buying, still managing, and things are looking up. And you also see that the average list price has gone down 6%, which is good because we don't want the list price to be too high. So that means people are being a bit more conservative with their list price. And, because of how the market has been, it's been a little bit, shaky, wobbly as far as competition and things of that nature, and buyers and people starting to get their feet wet now versus some time before. Okay. So all of these things are all good signs. So let's go next to Delaware County. So we are on now Delaware County, and you'll see here that list average price in Delaware County has actually gone up. It has gone up a bit, right? Average days on the market has dropped by 10%, which is, again, that's what you want to see. Those so houses are going a little bit faster than they were before. And then you see that the number of properties for sale is up by 32%. Fantastic. Month supply is about 2.5 month supplies of inventory, which is up by 52%. All this is great. All signs are pointing to, again, a market that is not looking as crazy right now. We don't know exactly everything that the market is going to do, but seeing things like this, seeing that we're coming into a spring market where we are up than previous months, and also year over year we are higher than we were last year, is actually for inventory that's in the area. I've seen about 24%, 27% higher inventory over last year, as well as homes being sold is about 30 something percent over last year is higher. Okay. So let's go to Philly. Let's see what's going on over there. And of course, lastly, you have Philadelphia County. All right. So you see here that the average days on the market is down 8%. I think before Philly was averaging about, I forget what it was averaging. I feel like it was maybe 40-ish days, but you see that it went up a bit and now it's dropping back down. You see that new listing. Now, Philly, again, is huge. So it's very difficult with Philly a lot of times because, of course, there are investment properties being sold as well as the new property, as well as the lipstick on the pig properties. So it's very hard when you see these numbers, because it's such a big area and has so many different types of houses and different pockets in the Philly area. So new listings are a bit lower in Philly, down by 10%. But the supply for houses in Philly is up by 44%. So if you're looking in Philly, and I just had a new buyer who we started looking at houses over the weekend, and we didn't put any offers in on anything because there's a lot of houses that she liked that's in her budget and price range that are a bit nicer than the ones that we saw. But it was good to get her feet wet, to check them out and everything. But it's different areas in Philly that the inventory is definitely there as far as being able to choose out of a couple, right? So before, like, you might have had to settle, or you stopped your search because it's like, I'm not going to settle. But now we are seeing some houses that are within budgets and price ranges that are a bit more appealing to buyers this time around. As far as the spring market, you see here that the number of properties for sale is up by 14%. So That's great. That's always a good thing. Okay. So again, things are definitely looking up. You see the average list price is up by 6%. That's not terrible. Just because the list is listed at a price doesn't mean that it will sell for that price, but that's not terrible. So these numbers that we are looking at, we just want to make sure that we are keeping things into perspective as we are in this very, I don't want to say volatile, I want to say fluctuating market. It fluctuates a bit. And so for of course, I mean by fluctuating, 1 minute interest rates are, coming down, the next minute they're ticking back up. It's very just back and forth. But if you're able to afford something now, it is still advantageous for you to do so. If you are still viewing real estate as a long-term investment, which is how you should view real estate anyway, then you're going to be fine in 3, 5, 7, 10 years. You're going to be okay. You're still going to be able to have equity in your house, be able, when you're looking at it as a long-term thing, as opposed to something that's short-term. Okay. And even if you are an investor, again, inventory is still out here. If you're one who's looking to flip, you're still able to make a couple of dollars off of that flip, and just making sure that you find the right the right property to be able to do what you need to do and be able to get out of it what you need to get out of it. Okay. So for you sellers, again, you're able to make a couple dollars. If you're like, I didn't want to sell my house last year because there was a lot going on and the market was doing this and the market was doing that. Well, guess what? Buyers are here. They're willing, they're ready, they're available. And so if you want to put your house on sale now, for sale now, list it. It is the time. It is definitely the time. I think that buyers are, coming out of the the darkness, coming out of hibernation, and are ready to pull the trigger on it. So get your house ready to go. It won't stay on the market too long. It won't stay on there too long. Do what you need to do to make it appealing, and trust and believe that it's going to sell. Okay. Listen, that's all I had today. I just wanted to give you a housing market update because I saw it's a lot going on. It's a lot, it's a lot going on in a good way, in a good way. So that's where we are right now. And so, listen, the time is now. The time now is now to buy. The time is now to sell. The time is now. You'll be able to get a nice couple of dollars for your house. Okay. Because people are buying. The interest rate is, not 2% interest rate. Is just not going to be that. And I don't know when the next time we'll see a 2% or even 3%, right? But it is still reasonable. It is not 16% how it was back in the 80s. It is not 20 some percent because we have had higher interest rates in the past for housing, but it is still manageable. So if you're able to get pre-approved now, trust and believe that it is worth it to do it now. Don't wait. I'm waiting for it to go down 5%. Don't wait. If you can afford it now, if you get pre-approved and there are houses out there that you like, that you love, go for it. Okay. Listen, you know what you need to do. You need to go to book.djmrealtycode.com. Again, book.djmrealtycode.com if you're interested to be getting on the road to buying or listing your property. Remember, there's no place like home, no place like home buying. And I will see you next time on an all new Tuesday tip at 2. Bye, everybody.